This place this climb lives, frozen is for decades, and still welcomes climb. This is Capanna Margherita, se Loneliest dell'Anes.
This is Monte Rosa in Italy, and it is home to one of the loneliest hotels in the world. It is also one of the highest mountain shelters on Earth, surrounded only by endless clouds, harsh winds, and extreme natural conditions. Capanna Margherita is located at an altitude of 4,554 meters above sea level and is visited only by the world's toughest mountaineers. But how and why was a shelter built in such an extreme environment who tried to survive here, and what tragic events took place throughout history? Capanna Margherita was rebuilt many times over several decades. At first glance, these are the kinds of structures that make you wonder who would even think of building something like this. For example, the Katski Pillar in Greece, an isolated church built on top of a towering rock, reachable only by a ladder. Similarly, in China, structures on Guanyan Mountain known as some of the most dangerous temples in the world challenge both gravity and nature. Another striking example is Fanjingshan Mountain in China, where two temples sit above the clouds at an elevation of 2,570 meters, appearing as if they belong to another world. This site was added to the UNESCO World Heritage List in 2018. Most of these structures date back centuries. When building at extreme heights symbolized closeness to God, as well as strength and determination. The story of Capanna Margherita begins on Monte Rosa, within Swiss territory, built at 4,554 meters on bare rock using wooden materials. This structure is truly mesmerizing. There is no vegetation, no trace of civilization, only mountains and endless silence. Standing isolated in the middle of nowhere, it truly deserves the title the loneliest hotel in the world. Construction began in 1889 and was completed in 1892, led by the Italian Alpine Club and built under extreme conditions with the cooperation of scientists and mountaineers. In 1893, it was officially opened in the presence of Queen Margherita of Savoy, and named after her. Originally, it served as a shelter for climbers and a base camp for ascents on Monte Rosa. After deteriorating over time, it was rebuilt in 1980. Today, although technically still a mountain shelter, it operates like a small hotel with accommodation and a restaurant, and is a favorite destination for adventure seekers. Reaching it is extremely difficult, requiring either a long, dangerous climb or a helicopter flight under suitable weather conditions. At such altitudes, altitude sickness is a serious risk caused by the body's inability to adapt to low oxygen levels. After all, these challenges, a breathtaking reward awaits. Imagine passing through storm snow and freezing cold only to be welcomed by a warm bed and an incredible view. At night, the sky outside your window looks like a scene from a video game, while people sleep comfortably in warm homes. Below you are here, thousands of meters above sea level, completely isolated. When morning comes, an unforgettable panorama unfolds. However, there is also a dark side. Capanna Margherita and the Monte Rosa region have witnessed many tragedies. Cold storms and glaciers have claimed numerous lives. In 2014, the bodies of mountaineers who went missing years earlier were discovered, some after 34 years, beneath the ice. In 2017, a group of climbers lost their lives when they fell into an ice crevasse, and the others were dragged to their deaths while trying to rescue them. In this region, bodies of missing climbers sometimes reappear decades later as glaciers melt, and many may still remain trapped beneath snow and ice. All these stories show how unforgiving yet mesmerizing mountains can be, and I enjoy sharing stories about such extraordinary and lesser-known places. See you.